Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Growing with God. Today, we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 5 verse 3, which says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." But to start breaking down this verse, let's first look at the key words. First off, what does being poor mean, like physically? Well, it refers to lacking resources. Though usually this word is used to refer to someone who specifically lacks money. And the idea is that when somebody is poor, lacking money, they yearn to have resources in order to somehow comfortably be able to take care of themselves and do whatever it takes to get out of that situation of poverty that they are in. However, I should point out that Jesus Christ wasn't talking about financially poor people because, whether you're poor or whether you're rich, it doesn't really matter so much to God. And plus, there are poor people who are very evil. We may know of some. But Jesus Christ was instead talking about those who are poor in spirit, meaning that they have a strong need for the knowledge of God in their lives. And the Bible provided us with some very good examples of such thirsty individuals, like Zacchaeus. Did you know that he actually climbed a tree in Luke chapter 19 verses 4 to 6 just to see Jesus? Now, Zacchaeus wasn't a poor man. He was actually quite wealthy because of the kind of job that he had, but he yearned for the truth that only Jesus could provide at that time and behaved almost like, a child would, honestly looking for his heart's desire and doing whatever he could to find it. And then there's also another example with King David, who commonly discussed how he had that same yearning for God and his word and wanted God in his life. Psalms chapter 84 verse 2 says, "My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh crieth out for the living God." And then there's also what was said in Psalms chapter 42 verse 2, which says, "My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God?" So what Matthew chapter 5 verse 3 is trying to say is that it is only those who are poor in spirit, like King David and Zacchaeus, who I just previously mentioned, who will have a place in the kingdom of God and will be able to inherit it. This is because it is only those who are poor in spirit who actually understand that they lack the knowledge of God and they want to learn more about God in order to, live their lives by God's commandments. Then the opposite is seen with those who feel that they already know everything and are full and aren't really looking for God. But the poor in spirit are looking for God. And the Bible tells us that if we look for God, we will find him. This was said in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 13, where it says, "And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart." And King David, the person who I mentioned before, repeated these words to his son King Solomon, the future king, in 1 Chronicles chapter 28 verse 9, when he said, "And thou, Solomon, my son, know thou the God of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind. For the Lord searcheth all hearts, and understandeth the imaginations of the thoughts. If thou seek him, he will be found of thee. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever." So to round off, Jesus Christ said that the kingdom of God is for those who are poor in spirit, because it is the poor in spirit who understand that they lack the knowledge of God, and they are the ones who are thirsting to know God more and more in their lives. And once we acknowledge that we lack the knowledge of God, then this is one huge step in the right direction. And then we can actually continue to make an effort to be righteous in God's eyes. And then once God's kingdom and his righteous world are fully realized, then the poor in spirit and those who are desiring to know God will have a place and a reserved spot in his kingdom. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, I will greatly appreciate it if you hit those like and subscribe buttons down below, and also to click that notification bell so you will know when we come out with another Growing with God video. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.